In over 10 years of chasing some pretty crazy weather, I've witnessed some spectacular wildfires, like this one in Louisiana. Over the past few years, hot, dry summers have really caused forest fires to explode all over North America. And when a huge fire threatened the city of Kelowna, British Columbia, I had to go out and see it. But when you're chasing any type of natural force, timing's everything. The fire was out, but the incredible sight of entire neighborhoods burnt to the ground has stayed with me ever since. When much of the Yukon territory went up in flames, I realized that the lightning-struck Tintina Trench running across the territory was probably the best place to track this most dramatic and awesome force of nature. Yukon is a place of wild extremes. Summer in this stark landscape brings the threat of wildfire, and the dark, bone-chilling winter brings temperatures down to 40, 50, even 60 degrees below zero. Spring is a volatile time here, with the risk of flooding, as the Yukon's rivers run high with the ice breakup and the mountain runoff. The sharp rise in temperatures can even get the huge northern glaciers moving, galloping even, like the massive Tweedsmuir Glacier, which traveled for a short time in 1973 at the extraordinary speed of 250 feet per day. I wonder if I'll be able to catch such a sight today, or if global warming has already ended that possibility. As this is my first trip north, I decide to follow in the footsteps of the 100,000 adventurers who charged to the Yukon in the last great gold rush, arriving first in the bawdy town of Skagway, Alaska.
Gold, I hear them shout.
The richest promised way up north. Gold, in vast amounts. Fever's rising more and more. Cold, the air's a balmy 50, 60 degrees below. Oh, I know I shouldn't go.
Gold,
For greedy girlies.
Just like 100 years ago, Skagway has many distractions that tug a hardy adventurer from his goal.
you ready, sir? You may place your fingers on the garter. Just the garter, please. You ready? Begin. 1, 2, and 3.
Stop me upstairs, sweetheart. We're going right up here to my place. And it's still $5 for 15 minutes here at the Red Onion.
Yeah, it is.
But it's only a tour. The best tour in town, actually.
Okay.
Pay before you play,
That's
honey.
right. The money up front. It's not us.
Leaving behind the lovely ladies of Alaska, I head out to the Yukon wilderness. The Chilkoot Trail is the roughest and toughest way to get to the Yukon, but the fires are burning, and so a faster way is to get aboard the White Pass and Yukon Railway. Built for the gold rush in 1899, it's a more scenic alternative. It was an incredible and dangerous engineering feat to build this railway in 1899.
This steam train follows the White Pass and is the gateway to the Yukon in the far north. It travels from Skagway down at sea level all the way up to over 3,000 feet. It was originally built for the gold rush, but right now, it's the most scenic way to see this part of the world. It's spectacular. So right now I've switched to bicycle mode, and I'm heading north from Alaska up into the Yukon.
When I'm looking for bad weather, it's hard to find. But when I want it to stay clear, here's what I get.
Man, what crappy conditions. The fog right now is so thick, I can barely see 20 feet in front of the bike.
On the way north, I passed through the gold rush town of Atlin, British Columbia. This small town of Atlin has a population of 400, but at the height of the gold rush, it was bigger than Vancouver. Now, fire's always been a big problem here in the north, and this town has actually burned to the ground and been completely rebuilt 3 times in its history. In Atlin, I find a fascinating artist and adventurer, Gernot Dick, who takes me to see the Llewellyn Glacier, the massive ice field that feeds the Yukon River. Gernot might be over 70 years old, but he can still kick my ass in a snowball fight.
I think this is the first time I've ever had a snowball fight in July.
He has faced down a pack of hungry wolves in midwinter, and for over 30 years he's visited Llewellyn. It's the biggest glacial plateau outside the Arctic, but recently he's been surprised at how fast it's disappearing.
It's frightening. It's unbelievable with what the speed the glaciers retreat because of the climate change. Since '74, when I hiked to the glacier, I now have to go 45 minutes longer to reach the ice.
The hot summer that's melting the glacier is also setting the Yukon forests on fire. I've got to head north and get up to them.
The fire I'm headed to right now is near Pelly Crossing, which is north of Whitehorse. And it's been burning for a few days now, and it really flared up yesterday, apparently. And it's burning right on the Yukon River. So right now there's about 50 firefighters out there. They've got a camp set up, and they're working on the blaze right now. But it's a pretty large fire.
After a 6-hour drive, I finally reached the base camp at Pelly Farm. The fire's been raging all day, and the camp is busy. I tracked down the crew chief to get a sense of how it's going.
And they're having a rough go. It's, they're holding it.
Because of the terrain or because of the fire behavior?
Well, partially fire behavior. It's also kind of what we call a dirty type. It's a mixed wood, so it has time to move around in there and get down deep. No, it's entertaining, to say the least.
Strong winds shifted the direction of the fire, and the crews had to scramble to get out of the way.
It was, there was 50K winds on my lookout spot. I had my meter, I was getting gusts, so I got a gust of 52, it's the highest.
The blazing inferno is just over that ridge. It's frustrating. I can't wait to see it, but I have to.
So that's what we were concerned about, if the fire blew across here and affected Pelly Farms.
Everything weather-wise that could go wrong, Dave.
Even though there's still lots of light, it's now 11 p.m., and they're shutting everything down until the morning. It's raining. It's been raining all night. I'm here to track down forest fires, and it's been raining. That's not good. I suspect that we won't even be able to get up into the helicopter today because of the overcast skies and the rain. So we may not even see any flames today. I don't know what's gonna happen. There may not be any because the fire may be out because of all this rain we've had all night. Mother Nature seems to be working against me. What's the big deal, Ma?
Because of the remoteness of this fire, it's on the Yukon River up near Horst Cabin. There's really only two ways to get in and get to the fire. One is by helicopter, and the other is by boat. And we're headed up there right now.
As expected, the fire is well and truly out. And the message from the fire crew is pretty unanimous.
Well, if you want to see some fire, you should have been here yesterday.
You missed it by a day.
Yeah, for your purposes, yesterday would have been the day.
If there's one thing I can't stand hearing, it's, you should have been here yesterday.
It's a real tough game when you're trying to go after forest fires. Sometimes Mother Nature cooperates with you, and sometimes she doesn't.
Like in Kelowna, I miss out on the worst of it. Instead, arriving only to witness the awesome devastation the fire leaves in its wake.
Even when a fire is mostly out, you can still get these hot spots that form. There'll be cinders that are buried under trees or in stumps, and if the wind picks up, it can ignite and set the surrounding trees and foliage on fire.
But danger still lurks. And the work for these guys isn't over yet. The crew gets to work, cutting a break in case the fire reignites. And since much of their hose was melted in yesterday's crisis, they put me to work hauling out the replacement. The rain has not only put the fire out, but also turned the newly cut fire breaks into muddy quagmires that suck me down into the slop.
Oh, God!
So, with this fire out and the rain still coming, I think it's time to explore the wet side of the angry Yukon.
You see my breath? Snow in the background. What are we doing? We're going rafting, Yukon style.
Today, my life is in the hands of veteran paddler Bob Daffy, whose intimate knowledge of the Yukon's waterways has earned him the nickname Old Man River.
So Bob, your job today is to try to scare the hell out of me.
Did he succeed? He sure tried. If you're gonna get wet in the Yukon, then this is the way to do it. The capital, Whitehorse, got its name from the treacherous rapids that took the life of many a gold seeker. 100 years later, and the territory is still renowned for world-class whitewater action. With news of a big fire flaring up across the territory in Watson Lake, I'm heading back to headquarters to get the lowdown on how to get to it.
Patrol aircraft this afternoon.
Right. Using everything from maps and pins to sophisticated satellite imaging, Mike Sparks keeps track of lightning strikes, hot spots, remote cabins, and fire management aircraft.
So Watson Lake is the hot spot now with the new fire activity. So if we're going to get anything, it's likely going to be down there.
This is the problem area right here.
Yeah, and again, these are all the active fires. This one, fire number 3, last report last night was around 6,000 to 7,000 hectares, and that means it's almost tripled in size in the last 24 hours.
The distances are huge in the north, and it's one hell of a trek across the territory to Watson Lake. But it looks pretty promising once I get there.
Look at this thunderstorm. I thought I'd never see something like this here in the Yukon. This is the type of storm I'd expect to see in Kansas or Oklahoma or Texas. It's beautiful, rock-hard convection coming up. Too bad there's no roads out there, or else I'd be chasing after it.
But who needs roads when you have a Cessna? That massive thunderhead could only be caused by the hot air rising off a humongous fire, and I want to see it. So I'm going after it the only way possible, a turbulent ride in a small plane. It's not long before we see a thick pillar of smoke in the distance and the brutal raging fire beneath it.
Right now we're surrounded by numerous fires of various sizes and intensities. We're coming up to a really strong one right here. You can see lots of black smoke, and you can see the fire line directly on the side here. Lots of flames very high.
These fires have been going for a few days, and they're not close to endangering any people or buildings, but a shift in wind could change everything. So the crews must keep a close watch. The fire's heat causes incredibly difficult and dangerous conditions for both flying and photography. This line of fire is over 5 kilometers long. You can see how if it hit a town, the community wouldn't stand a chance.
That was absolutely spectacular. Being in a small plane and circling around these giant fires with the smoke just billowing up thousands of feet in the air, and these crown fires going 40, 50 feet above the treetops. Unbelievable. The show doesn't get much better than that. Mother Nature really knows how to put on a spectacle. And of all the things I've seen, this is right up there.
The next thing I need to do now, experience that from the ground. These fires are really hard to get to and they're very remote, so it's really tough, but that'll be the icing on the cake.
Right here over the tops of the mountains, you can see the cauliflower coming up. It's this cumulus cloud. And that tells me there's a strong updraft. So there's lots of warm, moist air rising up, and that's what's going to cause a storm. So there's going to be lightning, probably over there to the east and maybe to the southeast over there, way in the distance. So there's where we got the best chance for storms, right over here. So that's my area of interest right now.
The conditions are perfect for forest fires in the Yukon. But the fires remain inaccessible. While waiting for the situation to improve, I grab an opportunity to experience one of the legendary rivers of the north, the Tachinchini.
You want to pull hard on your right oar?
Before we enter the worst of it, Bob tries to teach me to navigate the ferocious Tat River.
There you go, you're becoming a rowing machine.
His praise, however, may be premature.
There we go. I'm new at this.
Once we reach the rapids, I jump ship to get in on the action. Bob, along with his son Kevin, have rafted and kayaked all over the world. It's an addiction I can totally identify with. So where's the best water?
There's lots of great rivers in the world. I'd have to say that the best place is the Yukon.
Right now, we're headed for Backflip Wave. This should be pretty intense. Driving back across the territory, I'm amazed at how much wildlife I get to see. This is big game country, with caribou, moose, mountain sheep, and grizzly bears, all roaming free. It's my last day here, and I'm chasing one last fire.
Seeing those fires from the Cessna was spectacular, but what I want to do next is see them from the ground, up close and personal. Right now, the town of Tumbler Ridge has just been evacuated. 3,000 people have been removed from the town. I'm going to head down the Alaska Highway, put a couple million more bug splats on the rental car, and see if I can get up close.
But perhaps it's just not meant to be.
Sometimes I think chasing forest fires is just as hard or even tougher than chasing tornadoes. It's always the weather, the weather, the weather. It always interferes with you. I've been driving all day to try to get to this one, and I get here, and it's nothing but hot spots and smoldering areas.
So I say goodbye to the land of the midnight sun and head south to the United States.
It was great getting the opportunity to see the firefighters working up north, but now I'm headed to the southwest. I'm actually flying into Utah, where there's more fires burning, and I'm hoping to get even closer than I was before. Yeah, I was wondering if you could give me some information about the Elko fire in Nevada. Do you have any updates on the fire near Jackson? What's going on in Utah? What's the fire behavior like today? How accessible is the fire? Yeah, if the winds pick up, it really will make a difference. What's the road access like there? Is there any way of actually getting close to the fire? Inaccessible, inaccessible. Why don't these fires like getting near roads?
What do they have against roads? It's late in the day, and I've just about given up on finding a fire, when one is handed to me on a silver platter. We got a fire. Looks like a grass fire or some kind of brush fire. It's not huge, but I think there's good road access. A quick change into my Nomex shirt. Then the fire chief guides us right into the burning wildfire. Shit, he wants me to follow? Okay. Holy crap!
Oh, it's really close to this farm here, very close to this farm.
Some ATVs had dropped sparks, lighting up fields, forests, and threatening a farm and some houses.
Still very warm, still a lot of heat coming off of this. Lots of smoke. Having a hard time breathing. But that's what I like, getting nice and close. Can't stay that close for too long. Oh, hot. Burned my hair off. It's going to take a while to put out the last of these embers. This fire could have been a lot worse. Because it's so dry, this fire could have taken a run right up the hill or even down to the interstate. Luckily, the fire crews are awesome. We're able to put it out quick, and I was able to see it on the ground and up close. It was awesome. Great fire. Good work, guys.
Every year, fire destroys millions of trees vital to our ecosystem. Sometimes caused by nature, sometimes by man. They're one of the most dramatic and dangerous forces on our angry planet.